Good morning and welcome to Inspiration for Today. I'm glad you tuned in today. It's Tuesday and we have a great show for you today. But before we even get to that, I wanted to remind you that we're running a 2-week contest uh, because we really need and want to know who is watching every day at Inspiration for Today. So if you would just email at the email address that's at the bottom of your screen, that would really help us. We are going to randomly pick a winner at the end of 2 weeks, and it's a $100 gift card to Target and 2 free meals to Yolanda's restaurant. And if you haven't eaten at Yolanda's, you need to. I love the food there. So that's the prizes, but most of all, would you do it to help us get a feel for how many of us, and then we can better meet your needs. Maybe you could even put a comment on what you would like us to talk about one morning. Well, this morning, we're blessed and happy to have Pastor Sam Fatoure. Sam is a pastor with the Village Church that meets in Clubhouse 7 on Sunday mornings. But Pastor Sam is a part of the Farsi-speaking Persian. Is it fair to say Persian church or just Farsi-speaking?
Persian church, a Persian ministry of the
Village Church, yeah. So it's been my pleasure to get to meet you over the last few weeks, and I'm so thankful you would take the time to come down. And I think Sam's going to be with us for the next 2 days, and so I hope you'll tune in both days. Today I just want to get to know you a little bit better and to hear your story. So how did you end up here start in the beginning of how you even, because you were a Muslim.
Yes, I was. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for the opportunity to spread the good news to people. Yes, I became Christian 32 years ago. I was born and raised as a Muslim family, in a very religious family.
Can we say what country, or is that?
In Iran.
Oh, in Iran.
Yes, in
Okay.
Tehran. Myself and my sibling were forced to follow the religious activities, rituals, and everything. We had to do 5 times praying in Arabic. That I didn't know the language.
Really? I did not know that.
Yes, most Iranian they pray. Muslim Iranians, they pray 5 times a day.
I heard that, but you said in Arabic?
It must be in Arabic.
Oh.
Yes, that was one of my questions. When I was in my teenage years, I questioned that. Why should I speak Arabic to God? Why should I read Quran, which is in Arabic, and there is I don't know the language.
So it was not translated. Quran not translated into
There are
Farsi?
translations, but at the time it wasn't awkward to have translations.
I see. Okay.
We had underlines of Farsi translations of Quran, but it was very hard to understand, to be very honest, for at least for me. That was
So
my
you had
background as being.
So you had these rules and you were following them.
Following that, I was following a religion that I didn't know much about it. I was following the religion that was forced to have, or traditionally to have. Maybe not force is not the right word. Maybe as a tradition, I was following that religion, but I didn't have actually a close relationship with God. As whenever I had problems, I would go to God for a prayer, to ask Him for things that I needed. But as a meaningful relationship that I have today in Christ with Jesus. I didn't have that.
So how did you make that transition?
As transition from
Muslim to
how much
Christian?
time we have?
Well, not
It's
much.
not much. The testimony of how I became Christian is, uh, I can put it in the accident,
Okay.
accidentally. But I believe there is no accident. God has a divine appointment for all of us. Even you, us, all of us sitting here, God, I believe God has a plan for us, and there is a divine appointment for this. My wife had an accident uh, 32 years ago, a little more than that.
Yeah.
And through that accident, I want to make this story very short because uh, how I came here and this and that. Uh, Before then, when I was going to school in Oklahoma, I was there are churches that were inviting us to go there, and there people were inviting us to church and to get talking about Christ, but I always ignored that
Oh. So you are now living in Oklahoma?
at that time.
Yes.
In 70s, I was going to school in
Yes.
there. Anyhow, in 80s, I want to make a story short. Go, a few years after that. Um, After that accident my wife had, uh, she had to do some community work, and a translator in the at the court suggested that we go to the Islamic center, a youth center, that give them some money, maybe do something that they would write off that
Yes.
community work. So she went there. She couldn't find it. They were moved, and that person, that gentleman, said there is another place in Northridge, Oklahoma. I mean Northridge, California. You can go there, and maybe they do something. She went there. There was no sign or anything, but next door there was a note saying that we pray in Farsi. She thought that was that place,
Yes.
but that was a church, not.
So in the Lord's uh, timing, He leads you through an accident to get to a place, see a note. You end up going, I assume, meet those people.
Not me,
and
my wife.
your wife.
And then they said, you can. There is a group of Iranian.
Oh.
Iranian. They're here. They have church here. You can come here and talk to them. On Sunday, we went there. I told my wife and my children, you go. I don't want to go these places. I don't like churches. I don't like mosques. Nothing. I don't want to do anything with religion. They went there. I was sitting in the car. I got bored. I went there, and I saw people are singing.
Isn't that interesting?
Singing in worship. I was so offended because I was learned that if you want to sing, if you want to worship, you have to be very serious,
Yes.
and you cry.
So Sam, just for the sake, is this the moment where you were able to come to the Lord?
No, it took me about another 6 months.
So
going
you're
there.
but eventually He got to you, and so maybe we'll finish this story tomorrow, because I want
think-
everybody to tune back in. But Sam chose the verse for today. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. And eventually, that's what that's what happened. That you came to and you found peace with Him.
The reason I chose that word, that verse, was that I was feeling very guilty of not following the religious activities.
Because there were a lot of rules.
A lot of rules.
All right. Well, we're going to need to finish this today, and it's okay to leave us on the edge of our seat.
Absolutely.
Laguna Woods, tune back in tomorrow. Sam's going to finish. We'll see you tomorrow.